Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the Laura Mercier, it's called Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid Foundation. It's pretty new. This is what the tube looks like. This is the third time that I am wearing it. It's on my face right now. I kind of had mixed feelings about it from the first time that I tried it to now. So hopefully by the end of today I'll have a pretty good idea of whether I'm keeping this or if this is going back to Nordstrom. I got it for $48. They sell it at Sephora, Nordstrom's, and pretty much any other makeup store you can think of. The shade that I have is Cashew. I am an NC25 in MAC, so it's a pretty good fit for my skin tone. So I'll go ahead and jump to showing you the application, and then I'll check in throughout the day to see how it lasts. So this is the packaging for the Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid Foundation. It comes in a 1 fluid ounce bottle, and the instructions on Sephora and all the other websites say that you should shake it really well for at least 10 seconds. So let's do that. And then you have to tap it on the top where the directions say where the shade color is listed. You have to tap it really well. It's some kind of bi-phase technology where it has the pigment that provides the coverage and then the actual foundation that has reflective water that do something else. I don't really understand that. That goes over my head, but I think to combine the two, you have to shake and tap. So that's what you do. When you open it up, you get this kind of dispenser, and a lot of people say this is very messy. When you open it up the very first time, it already looks like this because this foundation is so liquid. The Sephora website says that it's long-wearing, oil-free, and it magically blurs the lines between real skin and makeup. So let's test it out. You can apply it either with your fingertips or I believe it says with a sponge, but I've been using it with my fingertips. And so when you dispense it, it is kind of like liquid, but I think the more that you shake it, the better it is. And I've been having pretty bad acne lately. I think it's hormonal, but I'm still trying to figure out what it's caused by, so it's gives you a good idea of how well it covers all my red spots and bumps. So and I find that this is a lighter coverage. It doesn't really say that on the website, I don't think, but I apply 2 layers to give me better coverage because initially the coverage is so light. So this is about 1 application, and this is how it looks on my skin, and you could still see that the coverage is very light. You see a lot, and I hope you can see with the bright light, but you see a lot of, you know, my pimples and the red spots coming through. So I'm going to do a second application just to see how well it covers or how much you can build the coverage. And I tried this initially. When I tried it out, I didn't shake it as long as they tell you to, and I didn't tap on top. And the coverage that I got initially was a lot worse, and when I first tried it out, I didn't like it at all because it basically offered no coverage whatsoever. So the finish of this is pretty natural, skin-like. It's not very matte, it's not dewy at all, especially once it sets. It kind of, the dewiness that you see right now goes away completely. So it is a pretty natural finish. And as you can tell, the coverage is not as full or as medium, I guess, as I would like it to be. It's definitely buildable, and you could probably build it up to a medium if you do another layer, but I just feel like that's so much foundation on my skin, I don't enjoy it. So this is the foundation with the makeup all done, and it actually looks a lot better for some reason once everything else is in place, but I have not set it with a powder. I didn't put any additional concealer under my eyes or anywhere else, so it's just the foundation straight up as it is with blush and some contour powder. It looks pretty good. It looks very natural. Like I said before, it doesn't give the fullest coverage that I would like, but considering the fact that I had so many spots and blemishes on my face, it does cover pretty well with 2 applications. So I will go ahead and check in throughout the day to see how it lasts. One of the bigger claims of this foundation is that it is long wearing, so we'll see just how long wearing it is. It's 2:38 right now. It's kind of later on in the day, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to stay up late today, so we'll be able to test how long this foundation can last. I'll check in throughout the day and we'll see how this holds up. So it's just over 6 in the evening right now, so it's been, looks like, 3.5 hours. And this is what my foundation looks like, and I'll do a close-up again from one side and straight forward and from the other side. And it looks pretty much the same. It hasn't changed. Maybe right around my chin, because again, I always touch my chin all the time, so it wears off here more than other places, but I am not shiny or oily, not too much, at least. Maybe just a little bit, but it's not bad at all. So I'll check back again in a few hours. So I don't have my phone with me, but it is 10:40 right now, so it's been just over 8 hours since I put the foundation on. It's not a very long period of time for me. Usually I wear makeup for a lot longer, but just because I started so late today, I'm only able to wear it this long because I'm tired now. But this is basically how it held up for the 8 hours. I feel like a lot of the places where I have pimples, the foundation kind of wore off and it's starting to show through. I did get oily right here in this area, so it's not able to keep me matte all 8 hours. I just wanted to grab a tissue to check if it's transfer proof. And you know, it doesn't, like when you touch something, it doesn't necessarily leave you know, color or pigment or anything, so I think that it's pretty good as far as transferring onto other clothing. It stays in your skin pretty well. So kind of my bottom line as far as this foundation is, especially given my skin, which is very problematic right now, I'm most likely going to return this because the coverage is not great. After 8 hours, it wears off pretty, I mean, it kind of wears off a lot. And 8 hours for me is not even I'm not even off work by the end of 8 hours. I'm still at work. So that is kind of a no-go. And I mean, as far as oiliness, it's okay. It's not anything that's dramatic. I just get a little oily right here. You know, and the look of it, the finish of it is still okay with the exception of the places that it wore off, which is around my chin, as you can obviously see, you know, on my cheeks where I have all my breakouts, and around my nose, and that's also because I touch my nose all the time. So that's kind of my idea or my take on the foundation. If you are someone that has very, very like almost flawless or clear skin that's not very problematic, and you only want to maybe even out the skin tone, I would say definitely you would probably like it because it's very natural, it's very lightweight, but it just doesn't provide the coverage that I like, and it does not last as long as I want it to. It still feels like foundation that, you know, wears off, and when I touch my face, I still, you know, have like oily residue left on my fingers, so that just lets me know that it doesn't stay on my skin as much or as long as I would want it to. So this one's going back, not because necessarily it's a bad foundation, but because it doesn't really work for my kind of demands or things that I want out of a foundation. So that's my take on it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know if you've used it, if you guys like it, if you've had a different experience, because I know all skin types are different and people like different things. So definitely let me know if you do like it, and I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.